Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts, Rebellious D and Trav. How you fellas doing tonight?
Hey, double salute, baby.
Hey, I thought you was doing the double special beam cannon.
I want to know. I want to know what D doing.
Watching some of that Records of Ragnarok. No, anything but that.
Hit you with that Hardy Boys right there, baby.
It's just not.
Yeah, hey, G, I know that once you got that upgrade from protecting the streets to protecting speed and time. I know it's been hard for you.
Don't put that on my man. Don't.
If I'm gonna be anybody, it's got to be Static. Don't give me that Black Lightning stuff, please.
Hey, Griff did say that he was just like, yeah, man. Has D ever thought about cosplaying a Static Shock? I was just like,
what do you think I do when we wrap this up? I tuck the family in and I hit the streets. I bust out my garbage can lid and I take off.
That's right.
And that music start playing.
Hey, Trav over there looking like gear.
Hey, come on, bro.
There's a hero. I heard he's black. This is for the streets. Black D is back.
Oh wait, whoa! Don't say that out in public, and don't say it when we're streaming.
Don't say it like that, bro. Hey. This guy.
But hey, today we're doing a review on Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1. This is a film that we've been waiting for since it was announced. The comic is like one of my favorites. It's one of Trav and D's favorites as well. And a lot of the Batman I want to say lore that you see in media, whether it be from TV shows, movies, even video games, like they pulled stuff from The Long Halloween just because of how important this comic was. So before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way that you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.
Podcast in the description.
That's right, baby.
Nice. Now, also, too, before we get into this review, I also want to say rest in peace to Naya Rivera. This was her final film role that she had did before she lost her life last year. So rest in peace and our condolences to her family. But I will say that she did an amazing job as Catwoman, and we're going to get into it in this review. Now, before we get into this review, this movie was supposed to start the new animated film series for DC, but they ended up pushing this movie back because of the Batman announcement, and they ended up putting out Superman, Man of Tomorrow. But can you imagine if they would have put this movie out first? Because I had mentioned in our Justice Society review that it's like with Superman, Man of Tomorrow, the Flash in that movie, and then now with Batman, The Long Halloween, like everybody in it, it's like they're a couple of years in. And, we see this in this movie where Batman, he's not a great detective, which is something that, a lot of the people in the movie, they touch on. Even he admits to it. He's more of the vigilante, you know what I'm saying? The person that's just out there on the streets trying to keep it safe, like how D does, So Trav, starting with you, how did you feel when you heard about the announcement of The Long Halloween?
Bro, I don't remember if they announced the cast with the announcement of them doing it. I don't remember.
They didn't.
But what's it called? I'm specifically going to keep it to when they announced my man Jensen Ackles as Batman. Because
he did a really, really good job.
The boy was hype, and as good as I thought he would be, he exceeded my expectations.
Well, bro, I mean, look at how well he did when he was Jason Todd in Batman Under the Red Hood. I mean, it's like as soon as they made the announcement that he was going to be playing Batman, because we've joked about this before, how on Supernatural, it's like as Supernatural continues to go on, it's like
he got real Dark Knight-ish.
Yeah, he had the Batman voice. So when they made the announcement that he was going to be doing Batman, I was just like, yo, like we can see it.
But he doesn't have that voice in this movie.
Exactly. I was just about to bring that up. Like he like there's times where you can hear it where it's like he sounds like Dean, but most of the time, like he doesn't sound like himself. It's only sometimes. It's kind of like when you watch My Hero Academia, for example, where it's just like you can hear Vegeta when you hear All Might talking sometimes, but then it's like you get General Armstrong from Fullmetal Alchemist. So yeah, I mean everybody did an amazing job. The choices like Josh Duhamel voicing Harvey Dent. Yeah, the voice cast was amazing. D, like, what were your thoughts when you first heard of the announcement for this movie?
I mean, I was hyped. I knew it was a very well regarded comic set and stuff like that, or comic book, and it went over just as well as I thought it would. Super sweet.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. You know, all in all, it's like, because I've read the comics, it's been years now. I want to say 2012 or 2013 was like the first time I had read The Long Halloween. And I had got Dark Victory, which was the sequel to Long Halloween, and I can't remember the third one.
The third one is Catwoman When in Rome.
No, I guess that's the fourth one. The third one is
technically you're right, that's the fourth one. There's one before.
Something Halloween.
Long Halloween.
I can't remember what it is, but that one is just more of a
I think it's called like Haunted Night or something.
Yeah, something like that. And that's more of like a DLC.
Yeah.
Just additional stories of what's going on. Go ahead, D.
Question while we're here, guys. Do you think we're going to get the sequels? Do you think they're going to do them all?
I doubt it.
Just this one?
I think that.
Why so?
We're going to get that after credit scene where Bruce is at the carnival where Dick's parents die. I feel like that's all we're going to get. And then when the next Batman movie comes out, he's already going to have Robin. Like that's and this will be cool too, because it's like, when is the last time we've seen Batman and Robin, the first Robin, together?
Dick Grayson, baby.
And Dick Grayson. Like it's been a hot minute since we've seen the both of them together. So I'm looking forward to that. But one thing I do want to touch on is some of the changes that were in this movie, because me and Trav, we talked about this. How of course, some of the costume changes. Catwoman in the Long Halloween, she has her iconic purple Catwoman outfit on.
And they completely changed her look.
Yeah, they changed her look completely. Certain scenarios that happened in this movie, because I wasn't sure. Trav, what was it that I had asked you about? Because I was just like, I thought something happened differently in the comics.
Okay, well, I'll bring it up, but we're like super skipping forward. Is I think it was the boat scene is what we were talking about. The situation that happened on the boat where Catwoman knew Batman's identity, and that just wasn't in the comics.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
I wasn't a fan of it either.
I'm never a fan of people knowing who heroes are, but it's like, I kind of feel like when we had Tom White up here, and he had said that, it's easy to pick up like who's who, because you got to think about like all throughout the movie, Catwoman, she had dates with Batman. Well, not Batman, with Selena
Bruce.
Kyle had dates with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And he was always late, or there was something going on.
But they also had dates as Batman and Catwoman together too. So it's like,
true.
It's two different dates with two different people, but the same person.
Yeah. I think that was a huge part of their chemistry.
Absolutely.
So, obviously.
I love
it. So it is weird that she knew. I don't think that was a good move.
Yeah. Like she just said Bruce, and then Falcone, I can't remember what was his name?
Starts with a A.
Alberto. Yeah, Alberto. It's like, he was just like, Bruce, you're Bruce Wayne, and then he ended up dying. But in the comics, his aunt, she ended up killing him because she wanted to take over the Falcone family. I mean, like, I want to say that I feel like the reason why they did this is because they want to kind of make changes that aren't too similar to the comics. I don't know if they did this in Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, and I've read that comic, but it's been so long since I've seen those movies and read that.
Yeah, the movie made changes from the comic in that too.
Okay, and I feel like they just do it so that way they can put like their own spin on it in a way. Now, D, I want to ask you this: like, do you feel that when they change certain elements from the comics to the movies, do you feel like that it hurts the movie in a way? Because it's like, people who read the comics, they're just like, well, this
I mean, just from us, doing our weekly reviews and watching things, I never think it's a good idea to change and mess with the continuity of something. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, very rarely will I feel like, oh, well, that was a good change. Mm-hmm. It's got to be something subtle, not who kills somebody or when a character finds out someone's, actual identity. I think those are just bad moves in general.
Yeah, because again, going back to the boat scene, Batman and Selena Kyle are never on that boat. Batman's fighting the Joker in the plane. Yeah. And they did have the Joker Batman fight in the plane in the show, but it was different than how it went down in the comics, with Batman being on the boat as Batman. That doesn't happen. Yeah. So, and of course, when he's fighting Joker, Alberto washes up on shore, and that's how he finds out that Alberto's been killed on the boat. And I don't know, man. Like, again, you talked about the parade, and I don't want to say anything else.
Yeah, don't give out too much because some people ain't.
Yeah. But that parade doesn't happen in the books. Commissioner Gordon's having a dinner party with Harvey Dent at his house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like no parade. So it's little
house,
changes. Right? They don't show the Falcone wedding at the beginning. They completely skip it. They skip the first murder. They go straight to the other guy getting murdered in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And also too, Catwoman bringing Batman to the money doesn't happen. She tells him where the money is, and him and Harvey go.
Yeah,
like the money on fire, and she's never present.
He never meets her because it's like in the comics, it's more of a cat and mouse thing between.
Yeah, exactly. Between those two,
that's always their dynamic.
They've definitely changed their again. They started off the movie with them playing cat and mouse. Yeah. So I think they've made these changes where they've put Catwoman more involved in Bruce's life.
Yeah.
For something that's going to happen in part 2. I think they've completely changed the ending. I think they've done this because it's such an iconic story. We're just not getting the same thing that we've known for the last 30 years. Like they want to give us something new, but I kind of agree with D. It's like, they didn't change anything in The Killing Joke when it came to plot points. They might have changed things that are insignificant, but never plot points. And The Killing Joke wasn't great, but at least we got Kevin Conroy and, Mark Hamill.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff, dude, because like you said, Trav, when you do these animated, who's watching?
Right, yeah, the nerds, the comic nerds.
The people who they're, I mean, we aren't the only people. If you have any strong opinions about anything changed in the movie, leave it in the comments. But you know what I mean? Like, you just don't change stuff that's super noticeable.
So it just makes you wonder. Don't throw in
or adding to it.
Just to throw in the sex scene.
Yeah, you don't who kills somebody is a very big plot point in anything.
Yeah, and even skipping to the end credit scene where they're at the funeral, which never happens in the comic, but that's when Poison Ivy gets Bruce at the end of that credit scene, and that's not what happens.
But in the comics is different, right? Like
he's on a date with Selena
he's on
Kyle,
a date and he meets her. She
gives him the rose and it pricks him.
Yep.
And he goes back to his mansion and she's there. So clearly that I don't know what they're gonna do. And I don't know why they're making these changes, but I think it's because it's going to be completely different second half than what we're used to getting.
Buckle up, everybody.
And to touch on and add a little bit more detail on what Trav just said, it's like at the end of this, Poison Ivy is with Carmine Falcone.
Right.
And they're pretty much going to, use Bruce Wayne, because remember in this movie, Bruce, he ends up buying the stuff so that way that Falcone can.
Yeah. He purchases the bank so Falcone can't not embezzle, but siphon the dirty money and get it clean.
He has nowhere to put it.
They never touch on that in this. It's just a stash pile for no reason.
Yeah, but all Poison Ivy does in the comics is she knows that Bruce Wayne is a billionaire,
right?
And pretty much she's just staying in his house, living off of him. Until he gets freed.
She's hold on. The other thing too is, remember in the comics, she puts him under her spell.
Yeah.
So she could change his mind about letting him come into the bank and do the money, which obviously that's not going to be the case here. So why is she doing it? They're going to completely change why.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this too. One of the things, something else that they changed was in the comics. Remember, there was no Joker or anything at first. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, because the reason with the Long Halloween was in this story, it got rid of all of the crime families, and then the super villains started coming into Gotham. I think that the only person that was locked up was just Calendar Man, but as we see in this movie, when Batman goes to Arkham, you already see Mad Hatter's there. You see like all of these criminals that Batman has captured. And I feel like that they just put that in there as a way, because if you didn't read the comics and like you're just a casual comic book movie fan, you'll be like, oh, okay, I know who that person is that's in there. But that was the cool thing about the comics, is that like Batman had never encountered these people before. He was just putting away normal street thugs, and that was it. Also too, when Batman goes into the sewer in the comics, him and Solomon Grundy, they end up fighting each other.
They're fighting in the comics.
Whereas in this, like, Batman's like, hey, you don't want to go any further into the tunnel because it's just like, I know what's down here.
And and Batman bringing them chicken dinners and shit.
Like they friends. And the power of friendship, just like
power of friendship.
But the thing is too, because I know we're talking about like the different changes and stuff. Everybody that's watching this, it's like, I do recommend you read the comics because they really are good. And these changes, they don't take away from the movie. Like, the movie is still a fantastic movie. The animation is on point. The voice acting is on point. The story is on point. Like,
absolutely, that's what's crucial. Is the story's still good, even though it's different.
Yeah, it's different, and it's cool to be different. And we say this all the time about when it comes to movies or animated series and stuff. Like, this is their universe. It's not going to be the same as what you would see in the comics, which is cool, because it's like it is cool to like add little differences and whatnot, as long as it's not a major difference that really affects the character overall. And if it doesn't affect the character, then it's a-okay in my book.
This movie does have major differences. You know what I mean? Again, just Catwoman knowing Batman's identity is a huge monkey wrench, in the plot point here. So, but again, I don't hate it. Like you said, it's its own story, and I still am enjoying the story so far. Again, I watched it 3 times in a matter of 2 days or 3 days or whatever it was.
Yeah. But see, all right, now this is my thing. Like, and to piggyback off what you just said, it's like, I get Catwoman knowing Batman is Bruce Wayne. I understand that. But now, if it was somebody like, let's say like Carmine that knew that he was like, then I would be like, okay, come on, man. Like,
well, that just ruins the whole story at that point.
Yeah, but with Catwoman, no, I mean, like, it's fine. It's just like Lois Lane knowing that Superman is Clark Kent. You know, it's like, these are the love interest of the main characters. So, I mean, I'm cool with that as long as it's nothing major. And then also too, Alberto died.
Right.
So, also too, I mean, I don't want to say any more about further in the movie, but like I said, really good movie, highly recommended. D, final thought. Did you read the Long Halloween comic?
If I did, it was a long time ago.
Okay,
definitely was. Yeah, like,
because I know that
15 years ago, Banks.
Yeah, because I know you're a fan of it, but I know me and Trav have just been sitting here talking about the comics, and I couldn't remember like if you were a huge fan, like how me and Trav are. I know you're a Flash guy.
I mean, why do you keep taking shots at Flash?
I'm not joking. Like,
I think that one was actually genuine.
Yeah, like, I know that you're a Flash and Green Lantern.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
So, don't act like you know me, Banks. Let's wrap this up.
I mean,
final thoughts. What do you want?
I know you since you was a kid. So.
What do you want? Stop saying it like that, Alfred.
Yeah,
Alfred Banks. But I mean, I thought
Benjamin Pennyworth.
Oh Lord, that sounds pretty creepy.
That sounds dope, Benjamin.
It does actually. I really dig it. Actually,
Trav, don't do this to me. Trav, we come so far. Don't you do this to me?
Yeah, but we going from Benjamin Banks to Benjamin Pennyworth. You know what I mean? I'm kind of messing with it.
Hey, it's kind of like when I'm on the My Hero Academia podcast, and whenever I go into Zencaster, I'm either Benjamin Midoriya or Azuku Banks. So
yeah, well,
Azuku
both of those
Banks
are
is sick. Azuku Banks sounds pretty cool. It sounds better than the first one.
I like Benjamin Pennyworth better.
But continue your story, D.
No, I was gonna say my story. No, I was just gonna say I thought it was done pretty well outside of the changes they made. I hope that they will continue and do the full set. You know, I'm tired of getting just the surface of certain things. Just give me the whole set. Why not? Try it. Try something new, DC. If you're watching, like, follow, subscribe first, and then try something new.
Watching.
Good. Big Brother's watching. So,
what you rate?
That's all I got. I'd definitely give this one a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And also too, I mean, the trailer for part two, it is out. It comes part 2 comes out July 27th. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And we'll be right here for it. Stay tuned.
We'll do another review on that. And I mean, like, I know you asked the question about the sequel, and I mean, it would be cool, but I hope
they do, man.
I'm fine with it just moving along and just having Robin. Like, maybe in the next Batman movie, like, they can show a flashback of what happened. And it's remember in Batman the animated series how Robin was trying to cope with losing his parents, and then when he found out where the killer was who killed his parents, he wanted to get revenge, and then Batman was able to stop him from doing it. Like, I would be cool with something like that, because I mean, pretty much that's what Dark Victory is all about, for real.
Right?
It's Robin getting revenge. So maybe that can just be like another plot point in the overall movie. I would be cool with that. Trav, final thoughts on the movie?
Yeah, I think this movie is just separating it from the comic. It's absolutely fantastic. Again, Jensen Ackles and Troy Baker, respectively. I really hope we get to see these guys for the next decade as Batman and Joker go hand in hand, because this combination is just as good as Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. These guys are just top notch. They were born to play these roles. I love Billy Burke as James Gordon. And the dude who's going to be in Suicide Squad, I can't think of his name.
I know you're talking about. He's done a lot of DC stuff.
He's done a lot of DC and Marvel stuff, voice wise. And I don't know if we've ever gotten a Calendar Man as far as like a voice, but dude, it's exactly what I expected Calendar Man to sound like. Like, that dude is Calendar Man, bro. Like, that voice I can't imagine him sounding like anything else, man. So yeah, I really dug that. And, Alfred Pennyworth, they went and got the guy that's done all the kid Batman movies, Batman vs. Dracula, all the Batman Unlimited stuff. So that was cool that they brought him back, because he's a really good Alfred, in my opinion. Like, he sounds like the Batman, the animated series Alfred. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but yeah, I think this movie's fantastic. We can already tell part 2 is going to be very fast paced. I don't see them, because they go up to New Year's, right? So now we're going into Valentine's Day.
Yep.
I don't see them covering. I think they're going to skip some holidays coming up, because they only covered like 4 of the 13 issues. So I don't see them going every single holiday, but we'll see what they change for the story. I give this movie a 9 out of 10 though. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch it again once part 2 comes out. I'm going to watch it right before I watch part 2.
Yeah. Trav, I'm going to go there with you. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 as well. Like I've already said what I loved about this movie. I can't wait to see the sequel. It's like, I love Batman. I love The Long Halloween. And I want to say that there's never been, when it comes to like the serious Batman stuff, like there's never been a bad Batman animated movie. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. D, what about you?
I already gave it a 7.5. That's how I felt about it, man. I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite, So, yep.
Okay. So let me ask you guys this. And I'll start with you, D. After The Long Halloween, like, what is the next DC superhero movie that you would like to see?
Oh, Lord, Banks. Give me what the next?
Well, it's already been announced.
But are you asking me what I'm looking forward to?
Like, what would you want? Like, would you want like an Aquaman movie? Like, what would you want next after the Long Halloween?
Yeah, I mean, I already. I'd like to. I mean, I just don't. I mean, something original. Give me something, not another Superman movie.
Well, I was about to say, do you guys not know that they've already announced the next one? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why I asked. That's
why I was confused on Banks' question. Yeah, it's already been announced.
Well, I didn't know.
Well, what is it, Trav?
But the Injustice movie, like that's going to be.
Oh yeah, we did.
It's going to be. It's going to be its own thing, though. But like,
that's a good take. I'll take the Injustice storyline. I think that could be real fun and real gritty.
But yeah, like continuing like this universe because we've already had Superman, now we've had Batman now. Like who would you like to see next?
Jeez, it's tough, man. I just feel like all this stuff, when you ask me that question, a lot of this stuff is what are we going to get, another Green Lantern movie? Like we already covered that.
But when's the last time we've had a Green Lantern movie though?
I'm just saying
Emerald Knights, and it was many years ago.
Yeah, many.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, are we gonna get another Green Lantern origin? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
more than likely. I mean,
yeah. I agree.
I mean, unless they go ahead and introduce the other Lantern Corps, which would be fun. They kind of missed that. I don't know.
Well, they did in Emerald Knights. They introduced.
Well, I'm talking about, dude. Like, give me the Darkest Night, Brightest Day set.
Yeah, I'm with
you.
Like,
that's by far the best Green Lantern comic.
When
I mean, hello. Yeah, and they bring people back. It looks real dark. I mean, it's just. But are we gonna ever get it?
No.
Exactly.
And the reason why we would never get something like that is because it's like they would have to introduce so many characters. Now, if they would have did it in the last DC universe,
they missed the boat, Banks.
Yeah,
just saying
it would have worked. But
they had time to get this stuff out because that was a pretty hot set when it came out, and it's just like, let's just keep going with Batman.
Well, just to piggyback off that, it wouldn't make sense if they did the last set because the last set followed the New 52.
Well, I'm saying back when I'm talking about when the comics came out and they were hot.
Oh yeah, I know.
But that was like what? Brightest Day, Darkest Night. Was that like 2007?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
so pretty much what you're saying is like if they would have just came out with the movie, like there was no universe, they just released the movie.
Well, they could tie it into this one, is what
I'm just saying. When something hot drops and that people are buying the comics and they're interested, and this is what people might want to see.
Yeah,
why not?
I mean, honestly, that's one of my things that I always say about the Marvel animated films. It's like y'all have all of these amazing stories. All you had to do is just turn them into animated films. Like you don't have to like create something from scratch. Like it's so like the Dark Phoenix movie. Like, can you imagine if we got like a Dark Phoenix Part 1, Part 2, and an animated movie like that? I don't usually cuss, but that shit would sell because
sure.
Like the Dark Phoenix is a popular character. So many like Days of Futures Past. Now I know that Days of Futures Past, like it's short. Like I have the comic; it's a short comic. But if they were to, make it into an animated series and include like all of the stuff that happened around that, I mean, like that would be another hot take too.
Yeah.
But Trav, like same question for you. Like, what movie do you see happening next in this universe that they have set up?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I really just feel like next one up's probably going to be like Wonder Woman. To be honest with you, I don't think Warner Brothers is interested in deviating from, their top 5. Yeah, and I don't know why.
Scare money don't make money if you watch it.
But maybe not Wonder Woman because we just got Justice Society and she was the leader of that. So, but I don't know, man. I really don't know
what I'm saying. Like it really brings it to light how I felt about the Brightest Day, Darkest Night set. And it's like they did use so many characters, and I feel like it's easier to do animated stuff, obviously, than a big screen, higher budget. Like let's get on the ball, DC. You've been great at this for years.
Yeah,
let's pump it out. You know what I'm saying?
Why can't they just have two separate teams? A team that's working on a string of movies that's making up one giant story, and then random one-offs. Because we got the Batman Soul of the Dragon that doesn't. It's just a movie. I mean, it's like,
even if they were to do like if they could have strung together like Green Lantern, because like even just that set as an example, I want to stay there because it's a focal point. I'm there already. Like it has everybody in it. So imagine if they took their big screen stuff. Like you get a Batman, you get a Wonder Woman, you get Flash, and then Green Lantern becomes the focal point as you go towards the Darkest Night. Like post credits, this is what's going on, and it's just they have opportunities. I would love to see them cash in on some stuff for real.
I 100% agree. But for me, it's probably going to be Wonder Woman. I think that's what's going to be the next one, because it's like the Wonder Woman that was in the Justice Society movie. That was Wonder Woman on Earth 2.
Right.
And I feel like that they're finally going to introduce the Wonder Woman on this Earth. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I mean, I feel like with the last DC animated universe that they had, it's like they introduced Wonder Woman late to the party. And all it really was just another recap of, her meeting Steve Trevor. And, I'm good on that. Like,
I would love to see them center around some other female. Give me Vixen. Yeah. Give Vixen a couple. She's a pretty sweet female character that they have. They've used her a few times, but it's like, I think they could use her.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just.
They have characters, man.
They have characters.
Give me Flash versus the Rogues, like I said, bro. Give me straight up.
I'm not going to be shocked when it's a Justice League movie. Quite frankly.
That'd be the case too.
Spoiler alert.
Because when you think about it, like that's like what in the last universe, it started off with Flashpoint, and then I want to say the next movie after that was
Justice League.
Yeah,
like give me Flash Rogue Takeover, where they just take over Star City, and it's just like, come on, let's go.
Hey, you already know Barry gonna become friends with him at the end.
I mean, it would be. I think that it works for him with his array of weird and strange, like villains as far as animated stuff goes. It could be very colorful, dynamic fights. So it's just, I don't know, man.
Well, you can also do what they did with the Aquaman movie. The Aquaman movie was a Justice League movie, Throne of Atlantis.
Yeah,
but it's centered around Aquaman, and everybody else was background characters.
Exactly.
So you can do that with this. You could even do that with Green Lantern.
That movie had good quality too, man.
For sure. It's a fantastic movie.
I just don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why they don't do that though. It's like it's proven and it worked. I mean, I haven't outright seen anybody bash the Aquaman movie, but they never. Great. Yeah, because they never try. I mean, look at their team that they have. I know we're going into a new phase now, but they missed the mark on some of this stuff. Yeah. Just because they're comfortable in their little bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but with that being said, like, hop in the comments. Let us know what you thought about this movie. Let us know what you think is going to be next in this universe. And, let us know if you liked the movie, if you hated it. If there was anything that you wanted to see in this movie that you're hoping to see in the second movie. D, let everybody on social media land know where they can find you at.
That's going to be rebellious_D23 at Instagram.com. Trav?
That's right. You can find your boy at ZK Audio on the Instagram. You can find me on Twitter at TRAVIOSZK. And of course, man, where are they going to find the brand new Benjamin Pennyworth at? You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Pennyworth, at Benjamin_Banks. Oh, dang, I messed it up because I said the Pennyworth stuff. But at King Benji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And then you can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching our review. We hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you stay tuned to check out some of our other content that we have here on the channel. And like I always say, keep that pinky up and stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks.
And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.